Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is Mike Chef here, and I'm here in Mosby, Papua New Guinea, and it's about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm here to teach you guys how to make jollof rice. Jollof rice is one of the most favorite eating dishes in Africa. That is West Africa. It doesn't matter whether you are Nigerian, you are Ghanaian, Liberian, Guinea, whichever country you are. I know jollof is what would be one of your favorite because we eat it. The rich people eat it, the poor people eat it. In the restaurants, you can get it everywhere you go. Wherever you go, you will get jollof rice. And I'm here to teach you to know how to cook this food. And the reason behind this video is to connect a whole continent and a country, merge them together through food. And it doesn't matter whether you know how to cook or not. Don't worry about that. Even if you don't know how to cook, by the time you go through this journey with me, you become one of the best chefs ever. You will know how to cook, and not only know how to cook, you know how to cook delicious food. So if you are here new to this channel and not subscribed, I need you to subscribe to this channel so that you become one of the best chefs ever. Where's the subscription button? And here or there? I don't know where it is, but I know you definitely find it. So subscribe. Join me as we go through preparing jollof rice. All them.
Hi, my name is Manu. I'm from Papua New Guinea. I'm here with Michael to observe, learn how to cook African food, which is called jollof rice.
Okay guys, we're about to start the cooking now, and before you cook jollof rice, there are basic things that you need in order to prepare jollof. So if you look at my back here, I have my ingredients here. I have my cooking oil, I have my tomatoes, I have my sliced onions, I have my ginger, my pepper. You can say chili in Papua New Guinea, we say chili. I have my garlic, and this is jasmine rice. I have my meat, my drumstick, and these are the stuff that I'm going to use. And most importantly, this is the pot I'm going to use, non-sticking pot. It is so important because if you don't have it, the rice is going to get stuck inside. But if you don't have non-sticking pot, it's okay. You can use any other pot to do it. You don't have to worry about it. But what you have to do is to always stick to it and keep on stirring till you get the perfect texture that you like. And most important, one of the important things is I'm using jasmine rice because it is non-sticking. It doesn't get stuck to each other. Don't use troca rice because troca rice is too broken and the particles are too small and they get stuck to each other. So first of all, I'm going to blend all this in the blender. Where's my blender? If you look here, I have my blender here, so I'm going to put the most important things in. I'm going to put the tomatoes, ginger, everything in, and I'll blend it. Okay guys, so now I have here in the blender, I have the tomatoes that I've chopped into smaller pieces. I have chili or pepper, me putting this inside your blender. So now me by blending. So you too, you need to blending because suppose you know that blender, you must go and buy one because you need this like blender now. Blending more get vegetables with you. So my chili is inside, pepper, which we say in Africa, and I have my garlic, I have my ginger. So I'm going to blend everything together. And you too, you need to do the same thing. Now I'm blending this tomatoes, na chili, na ginger. So me, okay, let me on it. First time I on it, I'll skip to the end. Okay guys, now we're done with the blending. And sorry, don't mind about wearing white rice because I like white, and I'm wearing my bedroom slippers. Don't worry about it. They have me in the house, so I'm okay with that, and I hope you're also okay. So now I'm done with the blending. So now what we're going to do is we're going to on the stove, turn the gas on, and the next thing is we're going to pour the oil. Good and sun for cooking oil is good. That's what I normally use for cooking. So we're going to use maybe more than half of it. And we're going to let it cook a little bit, and when the oil It's a little bit hot. That is when we're going to add our sliced onion to steam or fry the oil in order to get a good scent of it, because that is what onions are. Put your onions inside and let it fry a little bit, so you just have to wait for it. So after that, the next thing you have to do is to add the tomatoes, the chili, and garlic, everything that is blended in the blender. You're going to pour it inside here. What I'm trying to say is, if you're Papua New Guinea, what minimum sense, suppose you put in onions, finish. Next, let's do something by tomato, or get something you blending the blender. You by capsicum goro oil and by cook one time oil.
Okay.
And oil blow me play and cook nice. You can look myself. What I'm trying to say is that it's okay cooking nice. So let's plus something and you apply by capsicum. This is like tomato paste, tomato blending inside of this. What I'm trying to say is that we're going to pour this thing inside. I'm trying to mix the PG and the English together, because I know Papua New Guineans are watching and people also speaking English are also watching. So I'm blending it. So whichever way, you'll be able to understand what I'm saying. So pour the tomato inside it. This is the next step. And what you got to do after this is, you need a tomato paste. This is a tomato paste I bought from the shop. What me minimum sense, suppose you know got tomato paste, you must buy tomato paste, because you need to put in tomato paste. Why? Because suppose you put in tomato paste and by changing this color posterior and by changing and by go red and nice black and by nice black color too. So you need in tomato paste. So suppose you know that you need to go buy tomato paste. What I'm trying to say is that if you don't have a tomato paste, you need to go and get yourself a tomato paste. And this is the one that I bought from the shop, and you need to add a little bit more so that it will change the color of the stew to make it look nice and reddish. The color and the texture that makes a jollof rice is the color, which is much important. So you need the tomato paste. So what I'm going to do next is I'll get about maybe 2 tablespoons of this and mix it with it. So that is one, and that is another one. I think this should be enough. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to stir. Let them see what is happening here. So you see, it's in water form. So you have to let it cook. What me minimum sem now still where Mr. M no you suppose you start Papua New Guinea, you can talk of some sauce, but please do me plus talk of some stew. So it doesn't matter where you are coming from. You can say stew, you can say sauce, whichever way is okay. So this is what we are making first in order to make the jollof. So I've left the tomato paste in it, and the stew at the moment is in water form. So we're going to let it cook for almost about 30 to 40 minutes. Then we'll come and check, because if we don't allow it to cook, we will not be able to get what we want. So what me minimum was saying, now people are putting capsicum finish, so people are alarm no maybe 30 to 40 minutes time. Then by cook. Time and cook finish you by looking some bubble come up and tap your stew. Suppose you looking this bubble, then oil being come on top of stew, then the minimum stew and cook. So now I come here. That is the meat that I bought from the shop. I'm going to cut it so that it will cook with the stew, because it is very, very important. This is called what did I write? Watercolor bat. That's what I bought, because I like it. It's so delicious and it's my favorite. I use it in any cooking that I do, whether I'm cooking okra stew, whatever cooking that I'm doing, I make sure to use it. I'll also use a drumstick, and I'll show you how to use a drumstick. But the drumstick, I'm going to decorate it, and I'm going to put it in the oven for it to cook. But at the moment, what I'm going to do is for me to cut this one into maybe 4 pieces and put them in the stew, so that to be able to cook with it. So I want you to join me with it. And then neck collar has rubber on it. It always has rubber. You can see, so I have to remove it. this is what gives it the round shape that you see. So I'll take it out. So I'm going to slice it into 4 pieces. And you have to always get a sharp knife. This is a sharp knife that I bought from the shop for the cooking. So this is what I've cut. You can see beautiful. I put them in the sauce. I'll do the same thing to the rest. I think I have 2 more left. You don't need to put the meat in if you don't want to. It's not by force. You can steam your meat differently, then later you add it to the stew. But me, I prefer everything cooked together. Okay, the meat is inside, as you can see, sitting perfectly. So we are going to leave it now for 30 to 40 minutes, then we will come back to it. So this is the process of making the stew. This is the process of making what we're going to add the rice to in order for us to get the jollof that we are looking for. And there's one thing that I want you to know. I also have my spices here. You can see them here, which I'm going to add later. Some will prefer to add it now, but I'll prefer to add it later. So this is curry powder. This is a Chinese 5 spice, which is so nice, smells so nice. It brings the aroma of the stew. And this is seasoned peppers. These are the things I'm going to use. I'm not going to use this one. I'm not going to use any sauce. Otherwise the jollof will become so dark and I don't want that. So I'm going to use this one. So by that it will be later. Okay guys, it has been about 5 minutes now. So we're going to check to find out how well is our stew. So we'll see whatever that is going on in the pot. Oh, nice. You can see it is boiling nice and it's beautiful. So it's not cooked yet, still not cooked. So at the moment, this is the time where I add my spices. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the spices to it now. First of all, that is my curry powder. So I'm going to add the curry powder. So now still when me play cook, but I'm not cooked yet. So now by me play adding more, get the spices going inside because me play like making spicy stew or spicy sauce. So now by me putting curry powder, plenty, lemon salt. Okay, my curry powder is ready, and this is my sea seasoning of all peppers. And this is it. This is what is going to bring the flavor, the nice smell and scent of the food. This is what is your spices that determines it. And this is Chinese 5 spice. This smells so nice, it smells so good, and so what I'm trying to say is that you can purchase this at every shop and it smells so nice and I really like it. And the next is my lemon herb garlic. It's lemon and added plus garlic mixed together. And as I told you, this is what is going to make the stew smells nice. So you need to get all it. At the moment, if you are here, the stew is already smelling nice. You should be here. If you are here, you get to understand what I'm talking about. It's really smelling nice at this moment. And if you are new here, I want you to subscribe to my channel and let us go through the journey of cooking, learning how to cook, becoming a good chef and a better cooker in your house, so that your family or whoever will love you. And most importantly, connecting a continent and a country together through cooking. But I know that it doesn't matter where you are coming from or who you are, the moment you taste jollof rice, you are going to like it because it's really, really delicious. And I hope you do enjoy this video. If you enjoy it, also give me a thumbs up. And one thing for sure, if you know any African dish and you want me to cook it, just leave a comment in the comment area. I'll read it, I'll go through it. If it's a food that I know how to cook, I'll definitely bring it up for us to cook it. Even if I don't know, I will learn it so that I'll be able to teach anybody who wants to cook it. And these are the things that I'm going to do. But first of all, I want to focus on West African food. When I finish, then I'll move to the other part of Africa. I'll go to the east first, then before I go to the north of south of Africa. Then I'll bring all those food as we go to the journey of cooking all this food together. Because why? Papua New Guinea, you plan look the same African because you may got same skin color. And top place that's all them are changing, but me play got same skin color. So name do you play Guinea and Guinea and me play got Guinea Low Africa. Me play got triple Guinea Low Africa. Me play got Guinea Bissau, Guinea Equatoria, and Guinea. So this like name do you play Amsterdam Low Africa. So guys, it's time also to put the Maggi. So this is the Maggi salt. It's turned upside down, so I'm going to put it. This is also going to bring the taste of the stew. You just need only one. You don't need a lot of Maggi, just only one. If you like, you can use two. It's up to you, but make sure you don't destroy your stew by overdoing it, by putting too much stuff. Otherwise, when you overdo it, it's not going to taste nice. This is it. Okay, the next thing is, this is the drumstick that I bought, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is marinate it. And what I use to marinate my drumstick is ketchup, tomato ketchup. This is tomato ketchup, smoked barbecue for smoked barbecue. You can see it's already smoked barbecue, so it's something for smoke. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to marinate all of them. Then I'll put it in the oven. I'm going to use my hand because my hands are clean. You can use whatever you want to use, is fine, but because my hands are already clean, I'll use my hand for that. Because it's also going to bring a little bit taste to the meat, because you need to taste it. Whatever you are doing has to be special. It needs to be tasty so that when people eat it, they will like it. Okay, so we add a little oil to it so that it doesn't stick together. So as you can see, I don't have any brush, otherwise I would have used a brush. So this is it. I line my drumstick on top of it. Then I'll come straight to the oven. This is my little oven. Next time I'll be using microwave, but for the time being I'm using this oven. I think my next video I'll have a microwave, so I'll use it. Then I'll put it for 15 minutes. And when you come here, 2 hours still is cooking nicely. As you can see, the color is coming. The golden color is coming. So it's still not yet done, so we leave it. What we must abuse inside oven finish still to cook star, but not yet, not cook yet. So by now, so maybe 20 to 30 minutes or 20 minutes time, but if I come now checking in. So I'll skip to the end when everything is cooked, so that we can make this video as short as possible. Whatever. Okay guys, at the moment they're still the veggies are cooked, and this is one of the most important things. What I'm going to do is what other people don't know. This is the secret of making fried rice, because in Africa, when people make fried rice after they stew, what they do is they pour water in the stew, then they let it boil a little bit. After that, they add the rice. That is a mistake. That is why you can make a nice and smelling good stew. By the end of the day, your jollof tastes so bad and you don't understand. What you need to do is, what I do, as I said, this is the secret in making jollof rice. What you need to do is, you pour the rice into the stew so that the rice will cook with the stew, so that the rice will become part of the stew and the stew will become part of the rice, because this is love. It's like they need to absorb each other. The two of them have to love one another, so they need to join themselves together, love one another. Then it becomes the perfect jollof that you need. What meaning of saying? Suppose you making this love jollof. You don't need no capsicum water because your place also making was a kind. This like mistake. You don't need no making this like. What you need no making and yourself. First capsicum rice here go inside the stew. Capsicum rice first time. Then by you stirring because rice here need no come up inside the stew and stew to need no dry rice. So this layer or plenty line not serving on this land. Even no place or not serving on this land. So this layer one part technique. One part technique because I using the cooking the loaf. So now you're looking now the rice here and come up with some stew. Then the stew I'm going to come up with some rice. So what I'm just saying is everything is mixed together now. The rice is part of the stew too is part of the rice. Then by you after 2 minutes, then by you stirring. So maybe by making this line maybe 5 minutes about. So every 2 minutes by making stirring. What I'm trying to say is that after this you leave it so that it cooks a little bit. The rice blends with the stew and the whole thing is smelling nice. What the man. It's really smelling, so you keep on stirring. So I'll leave it a little bit. And this is the technique. This is it. This is the magic. If you don't know this, your jollof rice is not going to taste nice, even though you cook perfect in the stew. But you need to add the rice to the stew so that the two of them merge and join together. Then it becomes perfect. So you can see here. So you keep on stirring. Don't stop stirring. Otherwise it's going to get burnt, as you can see. So after this, then you can add the water. And this is my water from the jug. Don't add a lot of water. This is not like the normal rice, so you don't add a lot of water. Otherwise, the rice will become too soft. So I think this should be enough. So the next thing that I'm going to do is there's I bought a pasta from the shop. This is some pasta that I bought. So I add this one to it too. I'll add it to it so that it becomes more richer. Yeah, start there. I also have some noodles. I'll also add a little bit. Just a little bit to it. Then I'll stir them together. So I'm not using noodles and no black, but you can use pasta, any type of pasta you can use. Or spaghetti, you can use in this one too. Okay. Now I need to add salt because you need to add salt. No good. I said no like this. No plenty salt. So me putting salt finish so by stirring king. Salt and by mix 1 time rice. So I've added the salt, so I've mixed it together. Then we're going to leave it. And what you have to do from here is that every 5 minutes you have to come back, open it and stir the rice. Every single 5 minutes you need to come back and do that, because if you don't do it, the rice is going to get burnt. And you don't need that, because when it gets burnt it's going to taste really, really bad and you will not like that. So every 5 minutes you're going to do that. So now what you've done, almost done, and one thing you have to know is that jollof rice is served in any places. You go to restaurants, big restaurants, small restaurants, every places you find jollof rice. And the ones that you find best are the ones that they cook in restaurants and all those things, because you need to have somebody who knows how to do it. Otherwise, if you don't and you don't make it nice, there's no one going to come to that restaurant or wherever you are selling it. So everywhere you go. Okay guys, I think we've come to the end of our video, and I believe that by the time I open it, this will be already cooked. And as I said, the whole place is smelling nice, and you can't believe it. You have to be here to witness it. What me meaning was now, I must take a bloody play cook finish. So time me by opening this little lady, by me plus I was cook, but me savvy was cook finish. Smell blow, and not blog and have smell blow. You must come here and serving this lesson. So suppose you know serving the cook. Behind this procedure for me, by you serving cook, now by you come up with the best chef ever in your house. So suppose you need this ingredients, me put in the description. Go inside the description, then by looking the ingredients, making this okay. So me like opening, then by me planning. So we're going to open the lid. Or you can see it has a golden red color, and it is cooked. You can see the meat, everything is inside. And this is really good. So thank you guys for being with me through this journey, and I know it has worth it, because at the end of the day you and I have become better cooks, and now you are Papua New Guinea, you know how to make West African jollof rice, and I know if you make it in your house, your family, everybody who eats it is going to like it, and they are going to enjoy it so much. So now our next move is for Manu to come taste it and tell us a view of what she thinks. So now by me people are this like very people being cook on time and by camera tasting and giving people a final decision. It's like I guess supposed to be nice or not nice, and by talks about people. So by me serving and giving them So if you are new here and you not subscribe to this channel, I don't know why you are waiting. Go and subscribe to my channel, and let us learn how to cook, and let us merge a continent and a country together through cooking African food, because we are bringing Africa to Papua New Guinea. So thank you so much and for being with me. Odema.